coming, y'all. What's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on, man? Me, I'm coming. Open this thing on up because this is embarrassing. What's going on, man? This is really embarrassing. I've never seen somebody so hell bent on contradicting themselves and embarrassing. What's going on, man? And the crazy part about it is somebody so hell bent on I'm gonna use contradicting Dr. Boyce Watkins' own words. And yeah, he came out with that video yesterday, and it was like I'm gonna use contradicting Dr. Boyce Watkins. Like he's in an argument with himself. And yeah, he came out with that video yesterday, and it was like, there's literally no purpose in him doing this because like he's in an argument with himself. Oh my God. Yeah, he came out with that video yesterday, and it was like, there's literally, I was worried that he was going to remove the video for embarrassment, but I guess he's blinded. He can't see the truth. But he can't see the truth. You mean has Jessica raised it up? You can click the link and see how much money she's raised. The echo was going on because I had the YouTube playing, but now I got the YouTube muted. All right, man. We're going to jump right into Dr. Boyce Watkins. Let me get my headset on, too. You ain't have to worry about no noise in the future. I was literally about to lay down, and then I said, told people I was going to break down that Dr. Boyce video from yesterday. Move. So I'm going to break it down. This is very, very sad. And I don't see why people would. He made people lose trust in himself by trying to come at somebody else so hard. Because at first I was like, you know, this is a one-off. It's a bad situation, but now it's showing so much about his character. I can't put this as a one-off. Y'all know me?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent black people. I am sitting here and I am wanting to share something that's really on my mind. I've been thinking about this, and for a long time, I wasn't really going to talk much about it. But, you know, there's a point where honesty is just the best policy. And I'm kind of tired of beating around the bush and being nice about it. I don't believe in straddling the fence. I don't really come on here to talk to you guys in an effort to be popular. I could care less about people, you know, liking me and me fitting in and all this other stuff. And the honest reason why I don't really want to fit in and be the coolest guy on the block is because where I come from, the kids who were the cool kids were the ones who ended up in jail. You know, the guys who were the cool guys.
He's already trying to set up a general premise, which lets you know he has no interest in trying to look into the details of someone's merit of their argument. He wants to set up that I'm not cool, I'm not this, and it's probably stemming from his own fears, since one of the first things he came on talking about is how Kwame has the same message as he has, which is going to catch him in a lie and a contradiction later on in my video. But Kwame does the same message that I have, but now people are listening to Kwame, and he's been saying it for years. So he's projecting more of his fears out here by saying, you know, the cool kids get locked up, the cool kids get arrested, blah, 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 and all this stuff. And this also stems from his lack of trust in the intelligence of black Americans. He only thinks that 10% of black Americans are actually critical thinkers that can speak to him. These are his own words, not mine. And so he's already trying to set up some kind of false idea, which goes against critical thinking. Move.
Were the ones who became drug addicts. The kids who became the cool kids were the ones who end up with a.
And why did this have to do with Kwame Brown anyway? The drug addicts, the drug dealers and all that. He's so used to battling guys like this. You know what I'm saying? I used to do that. Like, you know, when I want to talk to kids, don't be like the drug dealer, be like the people that go to school. Kwame graduated and got a $65 million contract in the NBA, retired after 12 seasons, and now he's out here working at the Boys and Girls Club, feeding fucking homeless people. He's doing all of these things when he's not working. So why is he starting this off with an analogy about the drug dealers and cool kids and all this stuff versus him? This dude's a fucking idiot, man.
8 babies, mamas, and STDs, no money in the bank. and struggling.
None of this that he just said has anything to do with Kwame Brown.
And so, one of the things that I've always hated, I'm going to tell you the truth. One thing I've always hated about being a black man is that there's a type of immaturity that exists in our community, a type of immaturity that is stifling. It does not allow us to move forward. It keeps us looking like motherfucking clowns. And I just don't want any part of any of that. So there's this guy named Kwame Brown, and Kwame Brown, I did not know anything about this dude. Kwame, I just knew he was the #1 draft pick in the NBA draft back in the day. Michael Jordan picked him. I know that they made fun of him because they considered him to be a bust and all these other things, right?
This is the first lie. He just started this off saying he knows nothing about Kwame Brown and he only talks about his basketball career. The first video he ever made about Kwame Brown about 2 weeks ago that started all of this, he literally spends about 9 minutes breaking down Kwame's message, the things that he loved that Kwame teaches on his YouTube channel. So if this man has specific ideologies that he's teaching that you say that you like, and you say that you also teach, you've been saying the same things before him, why would you first come out on this video to say that the only thing you know nothing about him, but the only thing you do know is about basketball and that people picked on him? Now, prior to that, he just mentioned how black people argue. He don't want to be a part of that, and people do immature stuff. I would say that that's very fucking sure to sit out there and try to lie in front of your little 10% audience that of intelligent black people that you think that you have, to be disingenuous when you know damn well you know more about the guy. What does it say about the lack of intelligence that you feel your top 10% of the black community actually have if you don't think that they can go back 2 weeks from now and listen to your own words say that you know more about this man than you're letting on right now?
Right? They said, "Oh, he's not that good" or whatever. I didn't care. I was never the guy who attacked him. I never sat around thinking about the fact that Kwame wasn't as good as they thought he was going to be. I just knew that this was the conversation in sports, but I didn't really care, right? So 20 years later, Kwame pops up on the internet. He's doing these videos, and suddenly he kind of pops off, blows up, you know.
I just want to make sure everybody heard what I just heard. He just put it out to his audience that suddenly after 20 years, Kwame just starts coming on the internet and he just blows up out of nowhere. Now I want to hold that in my left hand. You guys heard this man just say this. Kwame just came up out of nowhere and just blew up. He just for no reason came on YouTube for zero reason at all and just blew up. Now in my right hand, there's a video that I played on my channel yesterday that you guys can hear. That is Dr. Boyce Watkins' video that's on his channel that's up live right now that he made about Kwame Brown. In this video, he says that he's friends with Charlemagne the God. That's his friend. Who's also friends with Steve Jackson, who called Dr. Boyce Watkins. Dr. Boyce Watkins says that he calls him. The people that are in contact with Dr. Boyce Watkins are the men that came out to talk shit about Kwame while he's been living his life not bothering anybody. They're Dr. Boyce Watkins' friends. They're the people he's talking to on the phone. By Dr. Boyce Watkins' own words, on a video that's not removed, it's not on private, it's public on his channel that you can hear these words come out of his mouth. All these men came out talking shit about Kwame. And after 20 years of people talking shit about him, he finally responded to the guys that Dr. Boyce Watkins talks to in private. Could this be motive of why he would lie right now and just downplay and say that Kwame just all of a sudden just popped out of nowhere and blew up? Kwame blew up because black Americans are tired of popular people and what we consider to be the system coming down on people. They love to see the underdog fight back. In order to fight back, someone has to fight you first. This is why in 2 weeks he went from 3,000 subscribers to over 300,000 subscribers, far more than Dr. Boyce Watkins has during his long tenure on YouTube in a mere 3 weeks. This is why. So he didn't just blow up out of nowhere. People gravitated and understood that everybody has been talking trash about this young kid for 20 years, and now he finally said something back. But when he says something back, there's two things. Number one, he's actually good. He's actually good. He knows how to talk shit really well. He blends it real perfectly. But number two, once he talks shit and people come over there and he has the eyes and the ears of the listeners, he then starts saying intelligent ways and programs and things that we can do to help our black youth in every video. I want y'all to remember that I said this, because watch how this guy fucking contradicts himself.
And I still didn't care because I don't really watch YouTube videos. And but everyone seemed to like what he was talking about. You know, he does this thing called Mama's Cooking, and he likes to roast people and stuff like that. And that's not my thing.
I'm gonna let him keep going, and before I break this down even further,
because I'm not really. I know
my channel is not demonetized by anyone. All my channels are monetized. I've been on for 10 years. I've never had a problem with monetizations.
I know that the best way to be popular on the internet is to be a comedian. And the reason I think that that's true is because people see the black man as a joke. When the black man is telling jokes, then that is a way of neutering him.
This is all just a false shield for you guys. He's trying to mask over actual talking points that Kwame Brown makes in almost every video. He started this whole part off just unpaused saying the black man is a joke, comedy sells. He's trying to make an excuse of why people came to watch Kwame's channel, and says that he roasts Mama's Cooking, all of this stuff, by downplaying the first thing he ever said about Kwame Brown. This is him catching himself in a lie. He's trying to I'm gonna go ahead and make Dr. Boyce Watkins look like a total fucking idiot right now. There's literally no way he can win in this situation, right? Because if he really thinks that he is getting the listeners, like, you're supposed to do this to hurt someone's reputation. If you lie on the man and you know you have videos contradicting what you're saying, you can get away with this. But there's only one way you can get away with this. Your audience has to be bigger. I'll give you an example. If I debate Boyce Watkins and I make a video saying how Boyce Watkins is wrong on the financial advice that he gives, right? And I have a small YouTube channel. In that video, I say that Boyce Watkins is a punk. So Boyce Watkins is way much larger than I am. He goes live and he goes in front of his audience and he just says, this guy, all he does is call names. All he did was call me a punk. He didn't say anything of merit. Now, I know that I logically broke down how his financial advice is wrong. But when Dr. Boyce Watkins has a larger audience, then they may not want to come watch me because they believe him. So he knows that even though I'm telling the truth, no one is going to hear the truth because my channel is smaller. So that is an effective method. But this is supposed to be an intelligent guy, a critical thinker. He's trying to use this method on someone that's larger than him. That's fucking stupid. Because when someone's larger than you, Kwame's larger than him. When Kwame goes live, he has 20,000 people watching him in the live. No one is watching Dr. Boyce Watkins like that. So the majority of the people know that you're lying when you put these videos out. The proof is right there. You don't even have to believe my theory of what I'm saying right now. Dr. Boyce Watkins has the likes and the thumbs up, thumbs down turned off on this video. And he has the comment section turned off on this video. The reason you would have this turned off is because you're getting a lot of hate for this stupid ass video that you just made, lying on yourself and contradicting the statements you previously made about someone. So if the audience you have is smaller, you're lying, you're only going to hurt yourself, literally. There's a no-win situation of the way that he's going about it. And every time he tries to describe how the pride in black men and how we fight and we're divisive, this is what he's doing when he could have just made a simple phone call to be mature about it and nip this in the bud, and it would have been all over with. But due to his pride, this is where we are now.
And basically turned him into a bitch. And so effectively, I don't get into any of that. I just remain silent. I just say, okay, that's what people do. But the reality is that the black man is seen almost like a kid, like a teenager. You know, you got a lot of...
You're helping the black man look like a kid with the way that you're going about this, because you're acting like a mature kid, which is sad too.
40-year-old men that they got hair on their balls, but really they're not men. These guys that say, well, I'm not gonna be no stepdaddy. Well, you're saying that shit because Kevin Samuels said it, and you're repeating what Kevin Samuels said when everybody knows that if it wasn't for some black man stepping up and helping you out when your daddy wasn't around, that you never would have become the person you are today. Right? It's silly. It's what I call the nigger net. I never wanted to be part of the nigger net. I never wanted to be part of the niggatry that exists on the nigger net. Just this really ridiculous backward thinking. This sort of like I'm gonna get on here and yell and scream, and that's the same as actually making progress. This desire to beef as opposed to resolve your conflicts. I'm not a fan of that. So I was never really into what Kwame did. I just kind of ignored it. I didn't really care. And for some reason,
I just want to remind y'all, he's saying that all Kwame does is joke around and roast and call names and shit. When the very first video Dr. Boyce Watkins made, he talks for 9 minutes long talking about the positive things that Kwame Brown says and does about issues dealing in our community. Issues that he said that he agrees with because he's been doing these issues. So now he's trying to pretend like he never said that on a video that's still public right now.
And then I was asked a question about something with Kwame, and I did a little video about it. And in the video, I went out of my way to be exceptionally supportive, even though honestly, deep down, it ain't my.
This is the contradiction right here in the next sentence. He said, I went out of my way to be exceptionally supportive of Kwame. What are you supporting, you fucking liar? Or are you supporting the jokes and the roast? Because you just told people that's all he do. What are you supporting? Could it be you're supporting the ideas and things that he talks about? That's what you were trying to say that you were supporting? See, you let people talk long enough, they start catching themselves in traps. That's why I was listening to this yesterday. I was like, I'm busy on a Saturday, but if I get free, I will thoroughly break down because I cannot believe this dude had the audacity to put this video out. What are you supporting? Pretend you know nothing about this situation. You don't know who these people are, right? And you just came and you just heard me play this video. And he said nothing but this negative stuff about this other guy. And he said, this is all I know of him. I just know some basketball stuff. And then he liked to roast and put people down. If that's all you heard, wouldn't you want to know what is he supporting about the guy? Man, we be looking at people as soon as they put them damn frames and glasses on, throw a little words up there. Don't give a fuck about nobody's title. I don't care if it's a doctor, Dr. Seuss, I don't care. Look at the merits of the words that come out of somebody's mouth. Pay attention to the details. Don't give nobody no assumption that they're this great, intelligent person. Just let them talk.
My type of thing. His content's not my thing. I can't watch more than 3 or 4 minutes of it because I'm kind of like, okay, where are we going? What are we learning? How are we getting better here? And so effectively,
he just said, where are we learning? How are we getting better? But never mind.
Just basically said, hey, bro, you may not want to put the N word in your titles because if you put the N word in your title, they'll take your channel down because that is what they would do if you were white. So next thing I know, Kwame's doing a video on me, literally like 5 minutes later. And I'm like, why is he doing a video about me? I'm not that important. Like,
so to give context to anyone who don't know what the hell going on, and you be like, well, that sounds plausible. He's just trying to help the guy out so when his channel taken down. If you're Kwame Brown and this Dr. Boyce Watkins guy is friends with all of the guys making talking shit about you right now on the internet, and you're defending yourself against that guy, another person come up, that guy, another person come up, and he cool with these people, and then he goes and says that I'm really cool, I'm cool with Charlemagne the God, and these people coming out here talking about your mom, and they're talking about your dad, talking about your sister, talking about your brother, talking about your personal life, doxing you. They doing all of this, and he steps out and say he cool, and then he goes and puts out information that if the wrong person heard it, they could take your channel down. Because everybody listens. If you really want to help him, go holler at him behind the scenes. He's about to talk about that now, and I'll quickly do it because I got a whole nother video about that particular portion. But can you comprehend how if you're Kwame Brown, you're gonna be like, yo, You're trying to pretend like you're nice, but you're giving people information on how to take my new channel down that I went from 3,000 subscribers to over 350,000 subscribers, surpassing you and your little people that I call the Get Along Gang. If this is a man who said he's mature, even if he disagreed with Kwame Brown's reaction to it, wouldn't he go, let me read, let's talk? When you do that,
like what? And he completely went out of his way to misinterpret everything that I was saying. You know, I mean, have you ever had that happen where you just...
He did not misinterpret what you were saying because he changed his title and took the N word out. He's saying that if you put this information out publicly, anybody can hear it. So you may teach somebody, all these haters and people who want to come and take me down, which Dr. Boyce Watkins said that the system or the man is going to try to take Kwame Brown channel down. He said it in the video. They're going to come for Kwame Brown. They're going to try to take his channel down. So if you notice and you just put out information that could assist them in taking his channel down.
Like, wait, you completely took everything I said totally out of context, and you're coming up with your own interpretation that almost sounds like it came from another planet.
That does not sound like it came from another planet. If someone hates me right now, which there is a hater watching me right now, they do it every time I come on. First one to click thumbs down as soon as I go live. What if somebody made a video right now to tell that hater who always watch me, yo, this is how you can destroy John's shit? What's going to happen? They're going to take this new information and try to destroy my shit.
So I'm getting calls from people who are saying, yeah, why is Kwame mad at you? And then I'm getting all these messages from people. Oh, you got mama's cooking. You got mama's cooking. I'm like, what the fuck is mama's cooking? No, I'm sorry. Okay, you go in the kitchen and cook with mama. Daddy's out here trying to build something. Daddy's trying to do daddy's work. Daddy's hunting. You go deal with mama's cooking.
And that's what I think that the real problem is. You're saying daddy's out here trying to build something. Daddy's trying to do this. But you hurt your own self when you go out here and tell hundreds of millions of black Americans that only 10% of us even have the intelligence to communicate with you, which you don't even follow your own advice. You like to look like you follow it. You like to you like the way you look. And I don't mean like aesthetically. You like that if I look intelligent, people will assume this certain thing about me, but you don't follow your own advice that you try to give out to people. So if you only telling us that only 10% of us are intelligent enough to even talk to or even listen to, and then you wonder why somebody can come out here and everybody listening to them say similar talking points that you have been saying on here. That's why you're bitter. So while daddy is out here trying to do something, Kwame Brown was able to pull people in while he was with his mama's cooking, which is kind of crazy that you would try to even turn that into a joke when you know that that man's mom is deceased and passed away. But you can make it sound funny, but shouldn't you be teaching people how important being effective is? You want to you want to get your message out, or you want to do whatever you want to do in life by being effective, the shortest amount of time so you can be free to do something else. So while daddy's out here trying to do it, you've been out here trying to do it for the longest, and you wondering why your stuff not getting around, why people not listening to you, why people not following your advice when some new dude from the NBA who retired comes and get everybody to do it. That's the real issue that's at hand here.
Because I don't even know what that means, but I did not care, right? And so the thing was, it was really frustrating and confusing to me. And I was like, okay. And people are like, well, you should have called him. You should have called him. I'm like, how do I call him? I don't know this man. I don't know NBA players. I don't hang out with celebrities. I don't try to. I know a couple of them because
brace yourself for name drop time, and then I'll show you how he looks stupid saying this.
Because they reach out to me. I talk to Ice Cube because Ice Cube called me. I did not call Ice Cube. and so it was one of those weird things where I'm like, how?
There's so many ways I can make him look stupid right now. So how did Ice Cube reach out to you? You got an email or something put out here publicly, or some way that people can publicly reach you, just like everybody else has a public way, just like Kwame has an email in a way all these other people was able to reach Kwame, buy a microphone, do all this stuff for him, huh? I'm not even gonna go down that road. That was just right in my face. The biggest thing I'll say is you tried to reach out to him after this happened. You went live on your YouTube channel and you said, hey, if anybody know how to get in Kwame, tell Kwame to come contact me. Why couldn't you do that beforehand? Also, this is what I'm saying. You really think your little 10% that's supposed to be smart in the black community are dumb too, because you got to be making this for some sort of an echo chamber. You're getting so many thumbs downs and dislikes. You turn them off. Your videos are like 300 likes, 700 dislikes now, even when you talk about other subjects. So you're hurting people for wanting to hear you talk about something else unrelated to this. So I'm like, I'm just mind blown, right? I'm literally mind blown right now. Like,
how the fuck am I supposed to call Kwame Brown? Like, you think I got his phone number? I don't have this man's phone number. And
if you cared about his channel, you care about his well-being, and if you're going to put out to the world that people are going to come and attack his channel and they're going to come and take it down, if you genuinely care, the video you made 3 videos later asking people live, could y'all get me in contact with Kwame, you would have done it on the first video to try to reach out to him. If you were unsuccessful in reaching out to him, you just would not have said nothing at all. There's nothing that's a gun to your head forcing you to say this information to put out there. You did this because you wanted to. You can subjectively say that you did it while all your people you cool with is talking shit about him, because someone could have taken that information and they could have destroyed and taken out his channel at that time.
And it's so what I did notice was I noticed a lot of groupthink. And this is the type of thing that I'm not a fan of. In the black community, you can notice groupthink when you see people repeating the same thing over and over again. So I kept seeing people saying, Mama's cooking, or you should have called him. You should have called him. I'm like, okay, I get it. So he said in the...
Okay, here's something that a lot of people have repeated and you have ignored every single video. Kwame Brown has consistently gone live and he repeated the same thing over again. Why do y'all keep talking about roasting and mama's cooking? Why are y'all avoiding my talking points? He's consistently brought that up. The real issues in the black American community. Reading at a 4th grade level. When he started talking about these topics, you all, every single last one of you have avoided it. And now your hopes are, I just want to put out the dumb shit about him to people and pray that they don't go over there and see that it's not all of what it really is. But it's so stupid because his audience is much bigger than yours. So you're literally preaching to an echo chamber of people who don't even realize the lack of respect you have for their intelligence.
The video, he should have called me, and now you're saying you should have called him, right? Because people are not that smart, just to be honest with you. And people think it's elitist to say that people aren't that smart, but that's fucking true. You know that shit's fucking true. I mean, I don't know about y'all. I know y'all got some relatives that are like, it ain't that they're really dumb, like determined to be, or they're gonna be stuck being stupid, but they want to be stupid. They want to be dumb. They want to be anti-intellectual. They want to go backwards. They don't want to process information. They don't want to grow, right?
You should be lucky I'm lazy. If I were not lazy, I would play what you just played right there, and then I would cut right behind it all those fucking videos where Kwame Brown is talking about positive changes in the community. Action, not just pointing out what's wrong, but methods. I would cut it in right now and have people wondering who really supports you. Like, why would Dr. Boyce Watkins, put this information out here to the world about this guy when it's misleading and not true? You're going to use a cliche of how people talk down upon black Americans, your own fucking people. You're going to use that cliche to throw a blanket fucking statement over a guy who's doing the exact opposite just to hurt his reputation, just so you can appear to be smarter. You fucking weak, bro. You weak. You a weak ass nigga. You weak, my nigga.
So it's not about being ignorant or uneducated. I'm not even talking about formal education. I'm talking about the desire to have critical thinking skill necessary for you to actually solve a problem. I'm talking about the desire to say, okay, how do I get past my own emotion?
And this is where I would cut. Every time you say the desire to say, the desire, I would show Kwame screaming like not just the bad points, but actions to make it better. How you gonna play this man as a flunky when he used all of this new popularity to have powerful speakers on his channel talking about real shit we should be talking about? Intelligent brothers. Something you're not even doing with your channel right now. How you gonna do that? We can see it. Kwame got a video saying that you do know this on video, right? It's on video. We can go see what he's saying. And we can go see you lie on your own self. You lucky I'm lazy. I hope somebody go out here and take your videos and make you argue with yourself. I don't know nothing about Kwame except he played basketball. Hey guys, I've been watching Kwame's channel. The brother say some good stuff, some real great stuff. A lot of talking points I've been saying for years over it. I want to see a motherfucker cut you up and make you argue with yourself. You dumb son of a bitch.
My own feelings, my own ego, so that I can figure out how to actually come up with a constructive solution, how I can actually get along with people. So I spend more time building than I spend destroying. Because
you're literally destroying.
If Kwame took any time to watch my platform on any level, he would know that not only am I friends with all the people that he shouts out Claude Anderson. Claude Anderson is like a father.
How do you know who he shouts out if you just told people on this video the only thing you know about him is that he played basketball and he roasts people? You see how they lie on themselves?
Father to me. I talk to this man twice a week. He shouts out Joe Brown.
Why should he listen to your channel when you just said on here you have no interest in listening to his channel, even though I know that's a lie? See how they tell on themselves?
Joe Brown is very close. I'm cool with Joe Brown and his people.
Name calling.
He shouts out Ice Cube. Me and Ice Cube, we work together on a lot of big projects. So I'm like, if all of our friends are the same people, then maybe you and I could be friends if you got on the phone with me and we talked it out.
Y'all welcome to use this video if you want to make Dr. Boyce Watkins argue with himself and chop himself up to fucking contradict himself. That's all you had to do in the first place. Reach out to the brother. And all the people you friends with, he not friends with. Because you about to make yourself look stupid when you get on the Charlemagne part.
But instead, it becomes this weird thing that I just have no appreciation for. It becomes this high school thing. Like, I'm going to get mad. I'm going to make a video about you. I'm going to roast you because I'm going to talk about you with mama's cooking. Mama's cooking, boy. I'm going to give you some mama's cooking, boy. What the fuck does that mean? Like, what are you talking about? like, are we really like 18 now? Like, look, my feel.
No. You out of touch. It's like when it hit me when people were saying like with politicians is like y'all taking that same approach that worked in the 80s or 90s. You got to get with the time. This man roasted the shit out of your fucking new teeth, and it was funny and it was hilarious. He roasted how you was in high school, but after I did all of that laughing at your corny ass, I stayed right there on this channel. I stayed as he talked about different programs. I stayed as he talked about shit that we need to discuss in our community. I was interested when he brought, I knew him as Chris Jackson, but we all know he changed his name. We call him the first Stephen Curry. You know what I'm saying? I stayed listening to these people come onto his platform. I stayed. I was entertained when he roast, but I know he not just going to do that. The man has a video where he literally talks about reeling people in to hear a message. Maybe you should try it, and then you won't be envious of other people who blowing up to get people to watch him.
Feeling with Kwame was like, is that, and the only reason I'm talking about this, in case you want to know why I'm talking about it, it's because the man has done a video about me every single day. He's literally done a video almost every single.
And all of his videos are calling out when you are, I can't think of the word, but you do like little sneak disses, or you go to somebody else's platform. All you do is try to bring his name up everywhere you go. So he's responding to you.
Day. Well, he did 2 videos about me today. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm not that important. And I'm not your enemy, right? The white man's your enemy.
you can everybody like you think whatever you want to, but you can't tell a man who his enemy is. It's all subjective. In Kwame's brain, his enemy is someone who tries to defame his name. On this one video alone, you've lied on him. You've contradicted him yourself on statements that you made. You tried to make an image that he's just some guy that's laughing and joking online when that's not what's going on. So if someone did me like that, if someone who people look at like as an intelligent financial person and want pro-black in the black American community, that's a doctor. Those things fucking matter. If you try to do me like that and use your little image to do it, I'm going to consider you my motherfucking enemy.
White supremacy is your enemy. How about we fight that? How about we come together and fight white supremacy? How about, and I'm going to tell you, I get these messages from people. I'm going to tell you about a little bit about my world, what I see on my end. I get these messages. You should have kept Kwame's name out your mouth. Well, first of all, fuck you. And second, because I'm going to talk about what I want. The white man can't shut me down. You can't shut me down either.
All right, well, if you can talk about what you want, everybody can talk about what they want then. You don't get to decide how somebody reacts. You know what Kwame keeps saying over and over in his videos? He keeps telling you to leave him alone. Leave his name out of your mouth. How about that?
So, I'm not worried about enemies, foreign or domestic. I'm not scared of the white man trying to shut me down. I'm not scared of Negroes trying to shut me down. That's just not going to work. But then second of all, what are you talking about? If you talk about keeping somebody's name out of your mouth, my name was in his mouth a lot. My name was in his mouth a lot.
Every time your name has been in his mouth is to defend himself against things you said. This is clear. Like, I don't know who you trying to get to agree with this. When you really think people aren't intelligent. There's no way you would be saying this shit unless you think people aren't intelligent, or you really don't think that people would give a damn to just go back and look at a couple videos back. He didn't never mention your name. He knew who his targets was, who he was going after, because they tried to destroy his name. It was you. You jumped your little ass over there in somebody else's business.
A lot more than his name was in my mouth. I didn't really even mention the brother until I kept hearing that he's doing all these videos over and over again. And every time you say his name, it's like, you're not allowed to say his name. That doesn't make any sense to me.
No, what you just said don't make any sense. Let me slow that up. You just said you kept hearing about this brother that you told us beginning of this video that you didn't know nothing about except for he played in the NBA. So somebody played in the NBA, you know nothing about him. And then people start saying the name. And that's all the information you have. And from this information, you know that he roasts and cooks people, right? But somehow you know everybody who he talks about and says that he's cool with. Somehow in another separate video, you know all his ideas and his talking points that you agree with, but you specifically leave that out right here.
That seems like kind of strange. That seems almost like mentally ill, because people say my name all the time, everywhere, all across the world. And I don't tell people they don't have the right to say my name. And even that language, that rhetoric, keep my name out your mouth, nigga. Can we try to have a grown-up conversation? Can we at least get to the point?
He's saying leave him alone, the same thing you just said in this exact video. If you want to try to say use the N-word, you use the N-word in this video as well, too. You should probably pre-screen or really think about stuff before you put it out here. And it will probably do you much better if you don't assume that everybody is stupid. Because this assumption making you make really, really big mistakes. And again, when you think about being effective, you now have new videos up after you did this the other day. You're trying to help people, and they don't want to hear your information. What if something is really good in that video you put out? I don't know the name of the video. Let's see this video you put out. Look at this. So after you did this video, right? You did this video on talking about the truth about Kwame stream 1 day ago. So you put like 4 videos up after that, right? How to get free. Here's a video. How to get free cryptocurrency for your account on Coinbase. You have 71 likes. You have 255 dislikes. 71 likes. 255 dislikes. this spout you're having with Kwame, with your pride, and you're trying to bag talk the man and make him appear a way that he's really not. If you really cared about the word effective, your information that you have that can help people, you're only hurting yourself. The man went live today and had 15,000 people listening to him. It live. 15,000 people listening to him. You only got 2,000 views on this video. With all those dislikes, you're only hurting yourself, Dr. Boyce Watkins. And if you care about being effective and you call yourself a critical thinker and you're so much intelligent than everybody, you wouldn't allow a situation to hurt your own reputation so much, to prevent you from using what you have to help other young Black American men and women. So instead of making videos like this, would you say it would be more effective had you just reached out to the man? I'm just asking. Did you just simply reached out to the guy? You wasn't getting this like this before that. The doctor was on here playing video games. Let's play Call of Duty. You probably secretly just wanted to get online and check the temperature and see what's going on. Let's play Call of Duty last night. You streamed. You have 96 likes, 357 dislikes. You're only hurting yourself, bro.
As Black people, and this is where I'm drawing the line in the sand. I swear to God, I'm drawing the line in the sand right now. I don't need to be, I really don't come on the internet because I'm trying to fit in. I do not want to fit into a culture that's losing. I want to play with the winners, whatever that looks like. And to me, the winners are Black people who are succeeding, Black people who are doing their best. And I'm not talking about being rich. I'm not talking about going.
That's really bad. That was really bad. You're a teacher, right? You want to be an educator. You want to help people. But you only want to talk to people that's winning? Who the fuck? You only want to talk to people that's winning? If you're open-minded and you're struggling, that's not for you. I can't believe you let another man get you this frazzled. That this is the information you're publicly putting out here. No one is hurting Dr. Boyce Watkins right now more than Dr. Boyce Watkins.
Going to school and have a lot of education. I'm not talking about that stuff, that those other standards. I'm talking about people that want to build the future, people that want to do better. And somebody says that I'm the elder. I am the elder, but at the same time, the elder should be respected. So when you disrespect your daddy or disrespect your older brother, at some point he's going to say, okay, you need to.
I've never agreed with this. I've been this way. My mom thought I was going to change my mind. My whole life, I've never once agreed with, you got to respect somebody because they're older than you. I respect people how they respect me. I'm not giving you any special privileges because you was born before I was born. You respect me, I'm going to give you nothing but respect because I want peace. I want dialogue. I don't want debate. But when you disrespect me, I'm going to disrespect the shit out of your ass because you ain't special.
To chill with all this. So no, as the elder, that does not mean I sit there and allow somebody to constantly lie about me.
I don't know somebody can, if you a real lover of Dr. Boyce Watkins or you've been watching it really, really intently, you're welcome to type in the comment what he's referring to when he said Kwame lied on him. I ain't never seen Kwame lied on him, but I ain't watch every second. So I would like to know what Kwame lied on him about. But in this video alone, we know that Dr. Boyce Watkins has lied. This is factual. We can prove that Dr. Boyce Watkins lied on how much he watches and what he knows about the guy. So
somehow assume that because Charlemagne had me on his show that I support the raping of a little girl. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what kind of weird stretch of the imagination is that? So no, there's a point where if you go in there, if you're talking about elders, then where's the respect?
All right. I don't know if that was the verbiage that Kwame used, but like this is the thing when we talk about the Black American community, right? What's most important to you? This is something everybody got to look in the mirror and they got to ask themselves. The things that morally disgust you, these things that morally disgust you, are they important when it's coming from someone that you have publicly called your friend? I played a video yesterday around the 3-minute mark of this Dr. Boyce Watkins video where he's addressing Kwame Brown. I think the title of it is Kwame Gave Me Some of That Mama's Cooking or something like that. If you go around the 3-minute mark, he makes it a point to say that Charlemagne the God is his friend. I don't know what that has to do with anything dealing with the subject. But if the climate right now is came out 3 years ago, but it went on under the radar because we listened to your friend. Your friend went on the Breakfast Club and he gave partial information. He gave information that sounded misleading. He gave information to talk about how he did a DNA test. And the way he put that information, he made it sound like the DNA test cleared him. Where we found contrary to what Charlemagne the God said, when actually there were no DNA tests ran upon hers. Also, your friend said that she wouldn't corroborate, so they dropped everything. That's literally the verbiage that's on the paperwork. But he should have known, I think he does know, but I'm not going to put words in his mouth. It wasn't her at 15 years old. It was her mom that would not let her cooperate. So if we don't have a DNA that will 100% clear somebody, we had somebody who wanted to talk to the entire time, and we now have her version of events that went out. We now have this with your disgusting friend on multiple occasions saying questionable acts of when a woman is drunk, when it's the proper time to have sex with her. Your friend who said, I took that pussy while being charged with a sexual assault in his past. Your friend that said he had Spanish fly in a drink and the girl had Spanish fly in her drink and she blacked out. Your friend words. Your friend. Everything I'm saying is literal. You said Charlemagne the God was your friend. He literally said a woman blacked out. He had to tell this woman when she woke up in the morning that they had sexual intercourse. He said that while this woman is blacked out, his cousin came in the room and saw her naked. This is your friend. So I don't think it's out of the question if Kwame wants to know, do you care about sexual assault victims? Again, you got to look into your morals, what's inside of your body, and how much you care about these morals when it's pitted against someone that you call your friend. You talk about issues in the Black American community. So if these things were true, this would be something that's major for young Black American men, because we don't want them to believe that there's a false time when you can put your penis inside of a woman when she's blacked out. We don't want these young men to believe this. We don't want this to be the normal thing in their mind to go out there and get them locked up and arrested. So if someone wants to talk about that, but you ignore it and just call someone your friend, I go back to what I first said. Nothing is hurting Dr. Boyce Watkins right now more than Dr. Boyce Watkins.
If I reach out and I say, let's talk on the phone, because clearly you didn't understand what I was trying to say, and you just say...
You reached out and asked him to talk on the phone after all of this shit started when we asked you to do that the first time. You said people was wrong by implying you should have reached out to the guy. Well, why you want to reach out to the guy after that then?
Well, no, I'm going to make a video about you. I'm going to gossip about you, about things that you don't even know. What am I supposed to do? Are you supposed to sit there and say, well, I'm the elder, I'm going to be quiet? No, I'm sorry. I see your comment, JB. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. But no, if you're lying on another Black person, make
What is the lie? Like, this is what I'm saying. This is the man who keeps saying the word critical thinking so much in all of his videos, and I'm not seeing a lot of critical thinking. When I tell y'all something, I back it up. He just saying people lying. I say he contradicted himself. He came on the video and he said the only thing he knew about him was that he played basketball and he heard about some roasts and he's not into that. That's it. That's all he said. The contradiction is he has another video where he goes down and breaks down Kwame's intelligent talking points about the Black American community, that he shares those same points as he goes to say that he has talked about these points a long time before Kwame. How would he know this about Kwame if he just came on this most recent video and said the only thing he knows about him is that he was a basketball player and he roasts and cuts silly jokes? You see how that works? But to try to throw you guys off, he'll just say the guy lied. What did Kwame lie about? Why can't you defend? Like, intelligent people would just automatically do this. I would not come out here and call Dr. Boyce Watkins a lie unless I'm prepared to show you guys.
Making things up, like misconstruing. I've been putting in work 25 years for Black people. You go check my record, check my track record. 10,000 videos.
All that work you put in for Black Americans, and you letting your name get shit on right now. They ain't trying to hear nothing you saying. And it's coming from your own words, and what appears to be, I don't know the word I'm looking for, because I don't want to say hatred, but like, I'm assuming that you good, because I haven't been watching your stuff. Is this how Dr. Boyce Watkins always is? I just assume he's an intelligent brother, but if this is how you always are, maybe I'm giving you too much credit.
Videos. I've done probably thousands of articles. I've taught over 1 million.
You did all this stuff. Here we go. He name drop. Now you're going to say all the stuff he did. You're shitting on all of your accomplishments right now, my brother. We want you to be consistent. We don't want to let your anger fuck up the shit that you had going on. He got mad because Kwame rejected him like a little old bitch. And let's keep it a buck. He is jealous of Kwame and Kevin Samuel's success. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Black people how to buy their first share of stock.
I agree that he's jealous. And when I said that in my video about Dr. Boyce Watkins yesterday, when I called him jealous, I went on to say why I felt the way I felt. I didn't just call him jealous. And it was coming from the tone in his voice as he kept repeating over and over again, I've been saying this. Everything Kwame doing, I've been doing. Like, that ain't how intelligent people talk, man. If I could not get an important message, I wanted to go out to the Black community, and I was unsuccessful in letting my message reach the masses, and some new kid come on the block and he get all of these people to hear the message I've always wanted them to hear, I'm gonna be fucking happy, because the message in their brains, the message in their mind was the most important thing, not who did it. All I run into is these guys. Give me credit. Give me credit. I did this. What the message is supposed to be the most important thing.
Some of y'all in here right now have more money in your pocket because of things that I have shared with you. I've done the work. I've done the work. So to somehow,
and this is off the subject. What about what? Okay, I get it. I was like, here comes a fallacy. He wants to say because of all the work I've done in my past, somehow
come in with this interpretation that I'm somehow part of the elite. It's the most crazy thing I've ever seen.
So, all right, your bland statement is you did all of this stuff over the past and you help people out. I'm not saying you're part of the elite. I'm just playing devil advocate, because you're acting like because you did all of this stuff, it's impossible to say this. Does part of the elite help people out? Yes. The elite help people out. You can't just be all bad and stuff. You got to sprinkle some of that good in there to clout people to get them arguing so they don't know that you're part of the elite. Not you. I don't know you like that. I'm just throwing out here that just because you did something in the past doesn't mean it's impossible for people to think you're part of the elite. What you should focus on is your own actions, not what nobody else saying. Maybe you don't want to come on here and make a rebuttal video about a guy when these guys are talking about his dad and his sisters and brothers, and maybe you don't want to say at the beginning of that video, this is my friend. Steven Jackson called me. Maybe you don't want to mention how you talking to the people he's already accusing of being in the go along, get along gang, while spouting out information that in the wrong hands could take down his channel that is thriving. Maybe actions like those are plausible why someone would start to say, damn, this dude, and then you lying on this guy. You're literally lying on Kwame. You're literally trying to get people to look at him as somebody that's running around on the internet roasted for no reason. He just pops out of nowhere and just start roasting and talking shit about people for no reason, when we can clearly see that's not true. If you do shit that blatant, then it's understandable how someone could assume that you're part of the quote-unquote elite. Maybe if you cared about those actions, you can continue to go back to pushing out the message that you felt was helping the Black American community and changing lives. Because right now you got 4 new videos out, and from the thumbs up, thumb down ratio in the comments, people ain't trying to hear your shit. Battle F, you type that one more time, I'm gonna block you.
I'm like, what fucking elite am I a part of? Did I go to the NBA and have white people pay me $64 million to play basketball? Do you know that if I had 6 white people pay me $64 million to play?
And this is another semantic that he's trying to use after saying all of this shit about Kwame. Now he wants to pour on, because Kwame earns $65 million in the NBA. He could be the one that's part of the elite. And then he ends videos like this actually thinking, I haven't done anything to the man. And if Kwame responds to this, I'm playing Call of Duty, minding my own business, and he just messing with me for no reason.
Basketball. Do you know how much I could have done with that money? I had to build this on my own. I had no help. White people don't give me anything. So what are you talking about? I get it, right? Okay, you got the go along, get along gang and that whole thing, and that's all fun and good. But it's like, I don't work for ESPN. You know, I'm not Stephen A. Smith. Like, what are you talking about? It's not logical. So my position is this. Look,
I'm going to make it super logical. You appear to be taking up for people that you called your friends. If that one calm statement is something you can't comprehend, while hundreds of thousands of people aren't fucking with you right now, you're the one who lacks critical thinking. Let's look at our past, and we're gonna only use facts. We're gonna hold Kwame right here, and we're gonna hold who Dr. Boyce Watkins called his friend and has zero problem with today. He literally called him his friend. That is a fact. 3-something minute mark on the video that he made a couple weeks ago about Kwame Brown, where it says, I guess I got some of that mama's cooking. You can go look at it right now live. I ain't saying nothing but facts. Dr. Boyce Watkins says he want to help Black Americans, and you know, he's this innocent guy. His friends sniff the chairs of women that come on this show. His friend laughed about having sexual intercourse with a woman that was blacked out. His friend started dating a girl in high school. He's 3 years older than her. That would have put her somewhere around the age of 16 or 17, because he said she was 16 when he met her. So she made him wait for a full year before they had sexual intercourse. So this would have put her still at 16 or 17 years of age. He said this girl went to his mom's house and they got drunk. If he's 3 years older and she's 16 or 17, that means that he's 19 or 20 with a 16 or 17-year-old at his mom's house drinking underage. And when he has sexual intercourse, he doesn't know if she's coherent enough. That is not considered rape. He's confused about that. Kwame Brown didn't score enough points that people wanted him to score. Who does Dr. Boyce Watkins have more vitriol and appear anger towards of these two examples? Kwame Brown or his friend? The actions of these two men, that he called niggertree or fuckery or whatever, which one of these devices can hurt the black American youth? For if they follow Kwame Brown and learn how to pick and crack jokes and roast people, pull people in while they're laughing, and then start talking about positive changes we can make in the black American community. Would that hurt black young men and women? Or would it hurt black young men and women if there was a climate out here of confusion of when we should put our dicks inside of a woman, depending on how much alcohol she's had to drink and or drug put inside of that drink? Can you kind of see how someone could, he may be inside of a get along game? Can you kind of see that a little bit, Dr. Boyce Watkins? Why won't you have a video on your channel with some black women, or maybe it'd be a good one to do with your wife, of the importance of when you can have sexual intercourse with someone, of the importance of steering clear, maybe when someone is blacked out drunk. You don't want to touch that because it can insinuate something about your friend and it could hurt your friend. So you want to leave that alone, but you're more than happy to make multiple videos about Kwame Brown. Thank you, Nora, son. Your breakdowns are the best on the internet, classic and much needed. Appreciate that, Drags. Boyce lost me when he gave the blueprint on how to get Kwame channel taken down. Exactly. I went over that too, Drags. He said he only wants 10% of blacks as an insult. That's fucking bananas. Nothing hurt Dr. Boyce Watkins in Dr. Boyce Watkins' own mouth saying that. You really think that only 10% of black Americans? What you did a fucked up analogy, and I broke it down in my last video. Let's flip your own analogy on you, because you said Kwame titled his title like nigga N-word, even though we know that's what we call each other, right? But you said, what if a white man would have said that? That's what your analogy. So let's flip your own analogy on you, Dr. Boyce Watkins. What if a white man says that only 10% of black Americans are critical thinkers? What if a member of the KKK said that? Only 10% of them are good or intelligent. Would you go on your channel and post this white KKK member in your thumbnail and smile and have all of your people over there that's following you in this echo chamber regurgitate those words and say, yeah, this KKK member was right. I'm rocking with him.
You know, when I hear people that say, well, don't you be talking about Kwame. Don't you keep Kwame's name out your mouth. He gonna give you that mama's cooking. I'm like, yeah, well, maybe you should talk to your boy about having facts. You're talking about a person you've never met.
He never goes into detail. Every time I say an insinuation, I back up my insinuation. He always says an insinuation, and I'm listening, and he stops. But he's the critical thinker. He stops. He's not going any further with this.
Never met me.
And everything he says to defend himself, you can use against him. You never met me. Why are you saying this about me? You never met Kwame. Why are you saying this about Kwame? He lied on me. What did he say to lie on you?
We've never had a conversation. So how do you suddenly have all these interpretations and understandings of who I am as a human being when you don't even take the time to do the research?
Oh my God, we're gonna have to play this again. We're gonna have to go back. We gotta play it. I can't believe this. I can't believe he just said that. Why would you put? You really think black people dumb, boy? You really think black people dumb to say this and contradict yourself? Listen to this.
Don't you keep Kwame's name out your mouth. He gonna give you that mama's cooking. I'm like, yeah, well, maybe you should talk to your boy about having facts. You're talking about a person.
A normal person say maybe you should talk to your boy about having facts. And then they will go on to list what Kwame said that lacked facts. That's how you speak. But he jumps away from it and contradicts himself.
And you've never met. You've never met me. We've never had a conversation. So how do you suddenly have all these interpretations and understandings of who I am as a human being when you don't even take the time to do the research?
This man video started off by not taking time to do the research on Kwame, even though he was lying. He started the video saying, I don't know nothing about Kwame. I just know he was in the NBA and he does some mama cook and roast people. I don't go watch his channel. It's not my thing. That sentence right there, you literally can contradict yourself in the same video. I can cut this piece and play it right behind the beginning of this video and make you look like a fucking contradicting asshole. You're either extremely fucking angry that you're fucking up bad, or you literally think black Americans are dumb, or you're just an asshole. Because you wouldn't even be in this situation of all this vitriol and hatred had you followed your own advice that you just said right here.
Right now, this is probably one of the most, his
Manny, what's up, Manny?
platform right now, and God bless him. Shit, I hope he gets 1 million views. The fact that so many people,
God bless him. I mean, make up your mind. If you either good for the community or you bad. I hate when y'all do that in between shit. If he's so bad and all he do is the niggertry shit, your words, niggerdom, whatever word, you done remix the word nigger after telling somebody they shouldn't say the word nigger. But like if Kwame bad, then don't say God bless him, hope he get 1 million. Why would you hope he get 1 million followers if he's so bad? Is it because you're lying right now? Because in the other video you said he's not bad and he actually says good talking points that you agree with? That you want to leave out this video because this video is coming after he fried your ass?
people love that platform is really a reminder of just how behind a lot of our people are.
Dr. Boyce Watkins, why would you want him to get 1 million subscribers and blow up if what he's teaching is going against the principles that you stand for? Why?
It's just honest God truth. Because here's the deal. There's nothing about that platform that unifies black people. Nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kwame Brown got upset that a lot of people preach and say bad things, but they don't give any answers. So he reached out to men to come on his platform that can give actual answers. When all of these men first started talking shit to Kwame, he was already behind the scenes trying to do something for the Boys and Girls Club. He was already serving food, I think, either to the homeless or to the youth, to somebody. These are things he's doing in his regular, quiet life before they start fucking with him. Dr. Boyce Watkins, because of some anger towards him, but not anger towards his friend who came out in front of millions of listeners and said it's okay that he fucked his friend while she was blacked out. He wants y'all to believe that nothing positive that comes from that. You literally can go to Kwame's channel and listen to Judge Joe Brown on his channel. Listen to all these guests that he had on that he wasn't able to get before. So he's taking his newfound popularity to try to help out the black American community. Dr. Boyce Watkins was not lying when he said he believes 90% of black Americans are dumb, because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to go over there and look and see that this man just lied. How can he apologize now? He literally just said that nothing good comes from over there. Hold on. I just gotta randomly embarrass this dude right now. Just gonna randomly embarrass you, Dr. Boyce Watkins. Let me check this out right here. Kwame Brown's most popular video on his channel has 1.2 1.4 million views. That is from Judge Joe Brown as he's speaking with him. One day ago, he was live with Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. I can't pronounce that word. Hold on before I even play that. He had Jessica Reed's family on, who was able to show the full paperwork of the DNA test results to show that Charlamagne the God was not cleared. Like, DNA did not exonerate him. I would assume that that is a good thing that the public needs to know, even though Dr. Boyce Watkins calls him his friend. Play a part of this clip here. Just a little bit. I just hate when people lie on others. And while he's lying on this man, he's fucking telling y'all that Kwame is lying on him.
You know, they have a platform. And you mentioned how they know who to hire, right? And a lot of these individuals, in order to stay hired, you have to speak a certain way. And you have to speak about people in a certain way. And you mentioned a lot about how there's so much tearing down, in particular of us.
Yeah.
Like mostly every facet of society, we're the ones who get it the most.
Yeah.
You know, and unfortunately, we oftentimes get it from people that look like us.
Wow, this worked out so fucking perfectly. I randomly put on a guest that Kwame Brown had, and look at what the fuck they're talking about. Mostly getting it from people like us, as you just lied on this man, Dr. Boyce Watkins, and said that nothing positive comes from his channel. It don't sound like they fucking roasting to me, Dr. Boyce Watkins. And this is a random clip I just pulled up. But you innocent and you haven't done anything to him. Fuck up out of here, bro. I'll teach you. I'll be an example to teach you that everybody who you think that's black ain't stupid.
There's nothing there that says, let's figure out how we can all get together and do something great together. It is,
the conversation that you saw is about two black men getting together to try to make something positive happen. Bro, you should have stuck to that Call of Duty game, Dr. Boyce Watkins. This is bad. This is really fucking bad.
Attack this person today, that person tomorrow, another person tomorrow, and I'm gonna attack all these black people.
He just put it out as if Kwame wakes up and says, I'm gonna attack this person today, I'm gonna attack this person today, I'm gonna attack this person. Kwame Brown attacked Charlamagne the God because Charlamagne the God doxed him and put out false information, talked about his family. If Dr. Boyce Watkins thinks that that's an issue, then Dr. Boyce Watkins needs to explain why did his friend Charlamagne the God go on the Breakfast Club and give himself a donkey of the day and say that he has to apologize when he feels and he knows in his heart that he's done something wrong. So this is Kwame responding to a person that said something about him first, while Dr. Boyce Watkins is making you all believe that Kwame come at people. Kwame came at Steven Jackson, who has been tormenting and talking shit about him for 20 consecutive years. Going to college campuses and talking shit about him. This is Kwame responding to another grown man. Kwame Brown is talking shit about Steve Jackson and also Matthew Barnes for a clip that most of us has already seen of them laughing and make a mockery of them. The first thing that Kwame did before he went public to destroy them and blow his name up, which I'm glad he did, he reached out to them like men behind the scenes, like everybody was asking Dr. Boyce Watkins to do to Kwame. Every single person that Kwame Brown is talking about, fuck with him first. But if you didn't know that, and you only listen to Dr. Boyce Watkins lie, he's portraying it as if Kwame just mess with this guy, mess with this guy, mess with this guy, mess with this guy. You see how wrong that is? Dr. Boyce Watkins, can you understand optics, appearance, how it would look? For you to say something that's untrue, that can all be spliced together with facts to show that every single person that Kwame has spoken about came and talked shit to him first. Can you see how if you did that and then you come out and say that you're friends with some of these people while other ones are calling you like Steven Jackson? Can you see? I'm not saying whether it's true or false. I'm talking about optics. Is it plausible for someone to think he right along in that get along gang too? If you are not in the get along gang, you're not a part of that. You're not want to be the elite. Wouldn't you care about how you present yourself so people wouldn't even think that, so your message can stay clear for people to hear on other topics to help Black American people out? Wouldn't that be important to you?
People, and remember, he's attacked when you're attacking me. Just understand, Dr. Claude Anderson is looking over there like, what the hell's going on? Why are you attacking Boyce? Right? So if you're attacking me, you're attacking him because we're very closely aligned.
Then he just say he not in no get along gang. But he just saying now if you attack him, then you attack me. But he stand alone and he not cool with no. Okay. Did you have something to drink? Is this a Liquid Courage live? Brother, this is the definition of being in the get along gang. What are you doing? What are you doing, Dr. Boyce Watkins? What are you doing? This is literally the definition of being. Boy, what is you doing? He just told on himself, like, what are you?
So I'm just trying to help people. This is not even really for everybody. I'm not here to try to convince, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 people to change their opinion. I'm not trying to change your opinion. Just so you know, I'm not trying to do that at all. If your opinion is the wrong opinion, then that's okay. You can unsubscribe, or you will be unsubscribed. Like, you will be removed. Like, this is not.
If you disagree with him, he's not talking about the merit of your argument at all, which is something critical thinkers would want. We would want to be challenged, because even though we have a firm opinion, we keep our mind open that if any contrasting viewpoint, evidence, or logic comes in, that we would change in lieu of new evidence. That's a part of being a critical thinker, and the man who literally says critical thinker every 2.8 seconds is saying he's going to cut you off and you will be removed if you show any signs of not agreeing on his platform. The man who understands in critical thinking you need to debate and have contrasting ideas have now turned off all comment sections, all ratings. Nana boo boo, I just want to talk. But in this video, he talks about how Black American men can be immature.
The place for you, right? It's not an elite thing. It's not like you have to be educated or have money. No, you just got to have the right mindset. I want to be around Black people that actually want to connect and grow and build.
Optics. This is optics, how things look. You want to be around Black people that can grow and connect and build. It looks as if you want yes men and people to only agree with you, because to grow and to build, you have two intelligent brains that may not have the same viewpoints. How would you know any of this if you cut off your entire comment section? Well, if I turn it on, people who just really, really like Kanye gonna say, Kwame gonna say bad things about Ben. So don't talk to him. So because of bad apples, you're gonna exclude every single person? How is that critical thinking? How is that being intelligent? Optics. You look like a fucking sad crybaby right now, because a man talked about your goddamn teeth.
I don't want to be part of the nigga net. I don't want to be part of the negativity. I don't give a shit about mama's cooking. I don't care about, I'm not going to sit here and call just say all these things and think that somehow because I told a bunch of jokes that somehow means that I'm making real progress in the community. Jokes are not progress. Jokes means.
You're right, which was smart enough for Kwame to say, I get y'all in with the jokes, not at y'all here, which he literally says in the video. Let's talk about real progress. Let's talk about real things that can help the Black American community out. I'm so tired of hearing Kwame Brown say, why are we reading on a 4th grade level? But ain't none of y'all, as much as Kwame Brown say that, ain't none of y'all ever brought up that point. None of y'all ever talked about it. All you talk about is the roast. You want me to be real with you? You remember the roast because it hurt your feelings. Hurt your feelings when he talked about your new pair of teeth. Hurt your feelings so much it clouded you. You forgot about all the good stuff that he talked about in between. He literally purposely pulled people in to talk about this shit. That's my subjective opinion. Or are you just an asshole?
That you're an entertainer. And Black people love entertainment. So that's why so many people love the platform, I'm sure. And I think that's all great. Good. So I'm not here to change anybody's opinion. I'm really here to talk to people that have logic and rationale. Some of Kwame's own friends have called me and said, I'm really confused about what he's doing right now. I've had people go public, Ron Artest and some others who said, I saw the video and what Dr. Boyce said, I don't think Dr. Boyce was attacking him.
Dr. Boyce Watkins is so shook he out here snitching on people if what he's saying is true. he got Boyce Watkins snitching. I know, you know what I'm saying? You gonna talk to somebody, let me try to mend these two in. You know, me go talk to boy, you know what I'm saying? Agree with some of that stuff. But Dr. Boyce, man, they don't want you come telling that shit. I gotta find a way to stop them. Now, if you want me to contrast what you're saying, I can go name all the people who are agreeing with him. What's my man name? He got a podcast with other people. Kenya Martin. All of them got their podcasts. I had to agreeing with them. What are you trying to use? Anecdotal evidence, Mr. Critical Thinker. It's also a fallacy at the same time to say that just because one of Kwame's friends disagree with what he's doing, everybody should have disagreed with what Kwame's doing. Critical thinkers do not purposefully use fallacies as an argument. Man, I here snitching on people, bro.
But because Kwame went on his channel and said, he's attacking me, y'all. Everybody suddenly, because people don't think for themselves, they start saying, well, you attacked him. Why?
And I'm glad somebody mentioned the word ad hominem attacks. I want to make something clear what he's trying to make it seem like. When he tell y'all that Kwame Brown is using jokes as his argument, right? That's an ad hominem attack, which is a fallacy. And an ad hominem attack pretty much means that you're picking on someone as your argument. No. You can pick on someone without it being an ad hominem attack. Here's a clear example. If I call you fat, that's not a fallacy. That's not an ad hominem attack. I have to call you fat, and I have to say, because you're fat, you're incapable of giving me advice on dieting. I'm putting you down. I'm insulting you as a means to discredit your argument, which your argument can be true. You can have an overweight person and they can go and research and give you the greatest advice on dieting. That's why calling someone fat in relation to that argument makes it a fallacy. But if I simply call you fat, it's not a fallacy. There's a distinct difference. Kwame Brown will laugh around and talk about how Dr. Boyce Watkins looked and his new teeth that he got. And then he would put that to the side, and then he would say some of the same things I'm saying to discredit Dr. Boyce Watt's argument. That's not a fallacy. If he says that you're contradicting yourself because 1 minute you don't, if he says you're contradicting yourself because at 1 minute you said that you didn't know nothing about me, I just played basketball and I roast people, but then in another video you said I have great talking, good viewpoints about my social issues, viewpoints you agree with, viewpoints you've been saying, which shows that you know more about me than what you said. If he says that, and at the end he says, with your fat teeth ass, That's not an ad hominem attack. He did not use him having fat teeth as a part of his argument. Dr. Boyce Watkins is trying to play on people's ignorance to make himself look good.
Are you attacking him? Keep his name out your mouth. So remember, if I'm a man, there's a point where you have to speak up for yourself as a man. And so I'm just here to tell you, just straight up point blank period. I am completely prepared to. I have, I think, 293,000 people that follow me on Instagram.
It's on you. You're wrong for that.
Instagram. I am prepared to go down to literally 2,000 people left. I'm prepared to lose 2,000 or 291,000 of those 293,000 people if that's what the price is for me to make a point by saying, black people, you sound fucking stupid right now.
That whole sentence was stupid. I just want to get this right, because critical thinkers understand the importance of being effective. If you have a message that you feel that you can get out, that you have knowledge on subjects such as finances, cryptocurrency, this knowledge can help the kind of specific people that you say that you like. It would be better to have a larger audience. But you say that you're willing to lose 200,000 of your subscribers just to go all the way down, right? Oh my God, he finna really fuck himself up now. Like, the more I think about it, the more dumb this motherfucker sound. You're willing to go all the way down to get this message out. And the reason you want to do this has nothing to do with Kwame Brown. Let me repeat the reason you want to do this.
If that's what the price is.
If this what did didn't when I hit play, this is the reason he's willing to do this. Not from Kwame Brown, not for nothing, from this sentence. Let's listen, y'all.
Is for me to make a point by saying, black people, you sound fucking stupid right now.
Just to say that black people sound fucking stupid right now, he's willing to drop 200,000 subscribers. Now, here's the thing I just thought of when I was just talking. Dr. Boyce Watkins, how effective have you been in the first place? Because I assume with your analogy, you're saying that you only want 10%. 2,000, 200,000. You want to drop 10%. Assuming that's what you're saying, that you just want to keep the 10% of what you got. That means the entire time you have been ineffective. Because if you were effective, the 200,000 means that, like, really 2 million people been seeing you, but only the 10% stayed with you, which would have made you get 200,000. Fuck up out of here, nigga. Fuck is this man talking about, man? Boy, y'all got it. Emotional got this man talking crazy. Emotional.
To say, what the hell is this nonsense? If you want to know why the white man has his foot on your neck, why the white man dominates you the way he does, it's because you don't honor the right ideas.
We're supposed to honor you. We got to honor you, right? All what you say. If it ain't you, then we just stupid old dumb black Americans. And you don't see how any of your own divisive rhetoric is the reason why nobody fucking with you right now. I don't believe 635 people watching this. I don't believe it. And none of these people are someone who are really intelligent and know Dr. Boyce Watkins. And if you are intelligent, you know that this video is hurting him. Not my video. The little video in the corner right there. His own video. You know this some old bullshit. Shout out to Double Toasted. You know this some old bullshit.
You don't think in a way that is constructive. You're not really, as a community, trying to.
The man who just said he wants to lose 200,000 subscribers just so he can cuss at black Americans just told y'all not thinking correctly and being constructive.
Build anything. You like all the beef. You like seeing black.
Nah, I thought that you was a cool dude, and I think honestly, because everybody think that somebody trying to slam somebody. I'm trying to get people to think better myself. I just think it would have been better and it could have been all avoided. It could have been cut off. Did Kwame come hard at his first response to you about that video? Yeah. Did I understand why he came hard? Yeah. This man in the middle of a motherfucking first public big fight. He ain't never fought. He let all of them talk about it for 20 years. And they coming from all over. They coming from black hip-hop stations, Charlemagne. They coming from the NBA. They coming all over at him. Sports Center. So I would understand the anger. And I just think it could have been nipped in the bud. Like, you know what, man? I never even looked at it that way, that if I put this information out publicly like that, then that means that, shit, assholes and bad people can hear it too. And I could have, instead of trying to stop your channel from coming down, I could have expedited your channel from coming down. Glad it didn't happen, brother. That ain't what I meant. I just feel like with the problems you say we do have in the black American community about how black men have pride and we don't want to let go of some things, I just think that you fell into that category too. And you, the elder, could have simply nipped this in the bud. But you have went on from video to tape little cheap shots to allowing the man to contradict yourself, to say what you know about him and all of this stuff. And you just made this a more far worse situation than it had to be for someone who goes out here and spout critical thinking, be away from group thinking, and going out here spouting and trying to preach how we shouldn't be divisive towards each other. You got to follow your own fucking advice, my brother.
You love the idea of a black man coming in and just creating as much chaos as he possibly can. I'm going to attack him today. I'm going to get him today. Oh, mama's cooking, right? You can attack everybody but yourself. You can criticize everybody but yourself, right? Everybody's fucked up except for you. Well, I'm sorry. You know what, people? You know what that's called? That's
when he get mad. I want y'all to do me a favor. Whenever Dr. Boyce Watkins get mad, I want y'all to imagine that he's talking to himself. Like, he not talking to Kwame. I'm going to play this back, and when he talks, I just wanted to see through your type of one if what he says can go for him and how he handled this situation.
I am completely prepared to. I have, I think, 293,000 people that follow me on Instagram.
I ain't mean to go back that far. My bad.
Fucking stupid right now. If that's what the price is for me to make a point by saying, black people, you sound fucking stupid right now. To say, what the hell is this nonsense? If you want to know why the white man has his foot on your neck, why the white man dominates you the way he does, it's because you don't honor the right ideas. You don't think in a way that is constructive. You're not really, as a community, trying to build anything. You like all the beef. You like seeing you love the idea of a black man coming in and just creating as much chaos as he possibly can. I'm going to attack him today. I'm going to get him today. Oh, mama's cooking, right? You can attack everybody but yourself. You can criticize everybody but yourself, right? Everybody's fucked up except for you. Well, I'm sorry. You know what, people? You know what that's called? That's called a demagogue. That's demagoguery. That's some Umar Johnson type shit. That's some Jim Jones type stuff. That's narcissism. And a lot of times, part of the reason that
I'm gonna help you out, Dr. Boyce Watkins. When it comes to narcissism and demigod and all that stuff, I got to know a little bit about that myself doing true crime. Nothing someone from the outside can say will help, because it'll never get through their skull. To you, all of these massive thumbs down you're getting and little tiny thumbs up is because 90% of black Americans are fucking idiots. Don't that sound unrealistic and far-fetched? Doesn't it sound like something a narcissist would tell themselves? To not deal with the reality that they've created because they don't want to look within? I'm just asking. That whole little spiel I just gave, I wasn't really talking to Dr. Boyce Watkins. I was talking to his friends. I'm talking to people close to him. Doesn't that excuse sounds like a narcissist?
honor mentally ill people is because mental illness is a big thing in.
Turn up my volume. My volume shouldn't have gone down by itself. Maybe I should get closer to it. Or probably because I was talking away from the mic like that. Probably because I was talking away.
In your community, you love crazy people because a lot of our people are crazy too. It ain't your fault.
It's low now. I haven't touched anything. It's low now. I mean, I can turn it up. All right.
Sure, I know trauma is big, right? We go through things as children. Racism is a motherfucker. The white man treats you like shit. So you gravitate toward the most toxic behavior you can possibly find. And this shit is toxic as fuck because I can tell you, I could put it on a stack of Bibles. When somebody reached out to me about Kwame, I said, sure, let me talk to him. Let me I'll even apologize if I have to just get him to understand I'm not his enemy. But I think at this point, the man feels like everybody is his enemy. He feels like everybody is attacking him.
That sounds like what we just talked about, like an excuse you're trying to make. And you also lying on him. Every single person Kwame's talked about, they came at him first. Also, you wouldn't notice if you aren't watching him, which I think is a lie. You do watch him. But he also gives shouts out. He gives shouts out to really, really small channels. Maybe he had like 500 subscribers. He'll still shout them out. He showed love. And he also got big supporters. And he also have people on his channel that come on as guests too. So it isn't just him waking up every day to come at somebody. They all come at him first. So I guess it is whatever makes you sleep better at night, Dr. Boyce Watkins, because it's definitely not about truth and facts anymore.
He feels like everybody hates his guts and that he's the hero that's standing up for the little guy against everybody that's trying to take him down. Brother, everybody ain't trying to motherfucking take you down. Get off that paranoia. Like, seriously, I know that you went through 20 years where people made fun of you. I know that you went through 20 years where people called you a bust. I know you went through 20 years of hurt and pain of having to play with Michael Jordan, having people ridicule you and dog you and say terrible things that should never be said to a child. And I apologize for that. I'm very sorry that you went through that. But I was not one of those.
Somebody just made an excellent point in the audience too. They said, how can he speak so expertly on someone he admits to not listen to? I mean, either way is fucked up. Either, you assume he coming at everybody because you don't know the details and you don't see all the stuff that he does because you're not watching, or you're just lying and saying this to put out this rhetoric. Like I don't know which way Dr. Boyce Watkins want to go, but at the same time, look at how much damage Dr. Boyce, he didn't do the damage. He didn't go through with it because black people are smarter than what Dr. Boyce Watkins gave us credit for. But he attempted to. He attempted to try to make him just be some clown guy who don't talk about any issues of serious. He literally, he said it in his video. So now he already answered this. Because I never got this far in this video, but Kwame has a video saying like you compared me to Jim Jones or whatever, like run everything. It's crazy that you get upset and jealous because he getting people to listen to the message that you said you've been saying for a long time, and now he does it, and now people are listening to him. And now that the people that are hearing the message that you said you wanted them to hear, you said this, Dr. Boyce Watkins, when they come in droves and they're listening to Kwame, now he Jim Jones. Now they just drinking the Kool-Aid of the same message that you said you've been talking for years trying to get them to listen to. In the great words of one of the most prolific black men in black American history, the intellectual Show Enough himself, nigga, please. Nigga, please.
Those people. I never made fun of you. I would have defended you. I would have supported you. I would not have attacked you. So why are you consistently attacking me when I did nothing to you at all?
The last video you made, you attacked him. I broke that down and showed the points. And in this video, you broke him down and you attacked him too.
All I said was, if you put the...
Well, this is some passion. Hold on. When I said I was going to review this video, I stopped at 13 minutes. I was busy yesterday. Hold on. Brother just did that I'm about to cry voice. Boy's about to cry in it. Hold on. Let me go back. He finna cry? Let me go back. You finna cry?
One of those people. I never made fun of you. I would have defended you. I would have supported you. I would not have attacked you. So why are you consistently attacking me when I did nothing to you at all? All I said was, if you put the N-word in your video title, white folks gonna take it down. Somehow you construed that to mean that I was somehow letting YouTube know I'm secretly informing YouTube about their own algorithms. Like YouTube doesn't fucking know their own algorithms. They don't.
Type of one if you understand what I'm about to say, just like, because it's something he not getting. So I didn't know that Dr. Boyce Watkins was this naive or ignorant. Pick one. Dr. Boyce Watkins, when you put out that information, me and a lot of us dumbass Black Americans, along with Kwame, was intelligent enough to see you were not going to just alert YouTube about what YouTube already know about their own algorithm. You were going to alert people who want to hurt his channel, who may not have had the intelligence of how YouTube worked. You were going to let them know what they can do to bring down his channel. You, in the same video, said out of your own fucking mouth, a lot of people are going to want to take down Kwame Brown's channel because he's going against the establishment. You said that you agree with this in the same fucking video. So can you understand? Again, it's about understanding. It's not about right or wrong. Can you understand how if you say that you're friends with Charlemagne the God, one of the people that's coming at him, and in the same video, 3 minutes before that, you say Steve Jackson called, we talked for a long time. You're bringing up all these people that's attacking this fucking guy. And then you go and put out information to the world that they could use to bring his channel down. They're not talking about YouTube. You can't be that naive. Even if you are that naive, stop saying the word critical thinking. This is basic. This ain't even critical. This is basic fucking thinking. Any prudent person should be able to figure this out, especially a YouTuber. Maybe it's just easier for me because I've been on YouTube for a while, but you don't know this? I said in my last video, I said in this video, there's a bunch of shit I could have taught Kwame Brown. I wasn't going to type it because the bad person may see it. Yo, you might not want to do this. You might not want to do that. One thing I came close to trying to look up his email address, be like, the one thing, I ain't going to say it. I ain't going to say it. But it's something he needs to do. Reach out to me, Kwame, if you want to know this. I ain't going to put the shit out there. But that's how you do it. I don't want nobody to learn the shit I would like to tell them because they may hurt him. They may be like, damn, I ain't think about that. Glad he told me. Go right over there and hurt his channel. It's basic. I did not know you did not understand this, Dr. Boyce Watkins. I had no idea you didn't understand this. You literally think that he mad because you gave YouTube some information that YouTube didn't know about YouTube. I hate fucking 6ix9ine, man. I'm not a 6ix9ine fan, but right then I almost said, are you dumb? I hate that shit too. I don't even know how I want to say it.
Don't know their own process, their own procedures, but somehow because I did it on my little tiny channel, I did because I said it, that somehow YouTube is gonna say, oh, that's right. That's right. We do actually have a rule that says if you put hate speech in your title, we can take the video down. Are you serious, brother? Are you serious? And don't.
This is what happens when you're ignorant. And I'm not putting Dr. Boyce Watkins down. I'm using ignorant in this literal fashion. He's upset and he's going on a tangent about something he lacks the knowledge of. He's stuck in this tangent because he think that we talking about YouTube learning something when we talking about assholes. We talking about people on the sidelines.
Don't tell me to stick to finance, Quentin, because you're going to get banned from the channel. If you do that, I want you to know, if you say something like that, I told you guys from.
Thank you, Teddy Fresh. Teddy Fresh said it in 2 words. It's dry snitching. We already know he snitched for real when he told on Kwame friends, calling him saying that they don't agree with what Kwame doing. You such a little girl. And so he's snitching behind the scenes. Well, he's snitching publicly about what Kwame friends allegedly are saying behind the scenes. And then now he dry snitching, and bad people can learn how to take down Kwame channel. And he mad that Kwame got mad about it.
From the jump, I am not a finance professor who happens to be black. I'm a black man who happens to be a finance professor. So if you come in here and tell me to stick to finance, that's just like telling a black man to shut up and dribble. I am not here to shut up.
Now, in general, I would not say, like, don't tell nobody to stick to that. Like, tell LeBron to stick to basketball. Don't. In general, I would say, don't tell fucking Dr. Boyce Watkins to stick to finances. He can talk about whatever he wants to. But the intelligence level shown in this video, I would be worried about some of the topics he says now, because he contradicts himself, and he breaks his own rules, morals, and laws that he says that he has. And he lies. He literally lied on this guy. So I don't know. I don't know how it would feel. Yes, I do. I'm lying. I don't want to hear anything about what he has to say on other topics. You know, this is a really, really bad video.
Shut up and dribble. I told you guys, and I'm not on the internet because I'm trying to somehow because I need to be here. I do not need to be here. There are plenty of places a PhD can be that has plenty of money that do not involve dealing with this kind of nonsense. So just stop that. Just know I have moderators. If you keep.
Who is the audience he talking to? He blocked all the comments, and he blocked the thumbs up, thumbs down, and now he's crying saying, I have a PhD, I have money, I don't have to be here with you. Who is begging him to stay on? He's dissed 90% of the black Americans in the country. Who is this fictitious audience that he's talking to that he's saying he don't have to deal with this? I don't want to say the obvious thing of you don't have to deal with it. You can just leave, or you can come on here and get your thumbs down playing video games. Like, who is he talking to?
Doing that, they will ban you. They will kick you out of this platform. You will be gone. Being here is a privilege. It's not a right. I am not looking to get followers or to become popular.
Yes, you are. We all are. Come on, bro. Come on. So if there was a button to stop your followers, you would click that button. And if you got a YouTube channel, you are here to get subscribers.
One thing I understood from the very beginning when I started talking about stuff in the black community was this. My goal was to never be popular. In fact, I don't like being too popular at all. That is not my goal. Because when you start becoming popular in our community, it's usually because you own some bullshit. If you become overly popular in the black community, it's usually because you're like Lizzo shaking your obese ass in front of white people. If you are popular in the black community, it's because you're a comedian putting on a wig and a dress and telling jokes. If you're popular in our community, it's because you're an.
Yo, man, on some real shit, I know I had some fun with this, but sometimes I get serious and it kind of make me sad a little bit. Just the whole nuance of how he talk about black people. I didn't know this. You know, and I fall for the trap. You make assumptions just by looking at people. I thought he was a real like intelligent dude, and I'm going based on looks and looking into a couple of his videos without not being subscribed to the channel, looking at all of it. But so this is the most I've clearly heard him talk this whole week on all these videos. And and I don't know, you guys watching way more than me, so you have way more knowledge than I do. But he's coming across like this very low opinion of black Americans as a whole, which is sad. I didn't think that he would be the type to do this. I know that there's some other people out here who feel that way, but just the way his overall climate of how he feel, the optics of it is like he really think the worst of black Americans, and like he's this one standout and shaking his head looking down upon people. You know, that ain't nothing I want to make a joke out of. That's something that really makes me sad to hear, you know? It really make me sad to hear. And then not only do he think like it's coming across, I can't say what he think because I'm not in his brain. I can just say how I feel, but it's coming across like that. But it's like a trap. It's coming across like he has this very low opinion of black Americans, and then he also saying that only 10% of them are worth the praise to talk to him. He also saying, and in this 10%, you can't disagree with him. I don't. You out here talking like, you know, people, it's a privilege for you to be here. I don't think nobody would mind if you left.
Athlete or a rapper who's rapping about black people's genocide. If you are popular in our community, it's because you are glorifying ignorance. If you are overly popular in the community, it's usually because white folks have put you on TV. If you are popular in our community, it's usually because you are engaged in some sort of toxic.
I want to take this time in the middle of this dumbass rhetoric that he's given to thank my man MKBHD. If you guys don't know, MKBHD is a YouTuber by the name of Marquez Brownlee. He is one of the top, maybe 3 YouTubers in the field of mobile electronics, pretty much all electronics. He is not a company. He's a multimillionaire. He was probably a multimillionaire before he graduated from NYU, but he's one black young man. He is one of the most popular. When Samsung puts out a phone, Samsung flies to him, this one young black man. He goes to all the events and everything free. He's had conversation with Kobe Bryant, Elon Musk. I just want to give him his flowers while he's alive because he fits none of the categories that Dr. Boyce Watkins is talking about. And yes, he is one of the most respected people in his field as a young black American male. I'll let you continue, Dr. Boyce Watkins.
Toxic, self-destructive behavior that we become addicted to because we don't know any better. We have no standard. We don't know how to sit down like men and say, okay, how do we get past our egos and work this out so that we can move forward and become the better people? We don't have that. But instead we get, you got mama's cooking. You got mama's cooking. Oh, you better keep your name out your mouth. You got mama's cooking. Really?
That really hurts you, man. You know what I'm saying? I looked right in the face of somebody in my audience said some real cold stuff to me. But I was able to look past that and intelligently have the conversation with this dude. Turned out to be a great conversation. You can't let emotions cloud your judgment. And sometimes we say what hurt us by what we keep repeating. He keep repeating, mama's cooking. He keep repeating, you can't talk to him. You can't talk to him. I've never heard nobody say you can't speak to Kwame Brown. I've never seen a comment like that anywhere. Maybe it magically just appears on Dr. Boyce Watkins' channel or whatever, but it can't be the majority of stuff for this to hurt this man that much, to make him destroy his own reputation like this. This is crazy.
You sound like a 12-year-old. Like,
I was looking for a mirror because you sound like a 12-year-old, Dr. Boyce Watkins.
Are you? Wait, you said you're 30? What? Yeah, no. Y'all, when you're talking like that, just know if you ever want to know why people don't respect you, don't respect our community, it's because we've allowed the children to lead the community. I'm not talking about Kwame as a child. I'm not saying he's one of the children, but I am saying that he's a brother that.
You let people talk long enough. Check this out. Check this out. He said that, like, it's wrong with the children leading the community on one hand. So this dude, the king, of contradicting himself. But then on the other hand, he says Kwame Brown got the same talking points as him. All right, so if both y'all got similar talking points, you said the stuff that Kwame Brown is teaching people, you have been teaching people for years and years and years, then the biggest difference between you and Kwame isn't an age difference. It's an effective difference. It seems that he's more effective with his method than you are being effective with your method. Bruh, this guy
clearly has a talent. He clearly has a voice.
Somebody said boys to men. You motherfuckers is crazy.
He's clearly got a lot of influence. And all I've seen is that influence is being used for destructive purpose.
I'm going to need, out of 1,100 people watching this live right now, I really need somebody who make videos, because I don't feel like doing it, to take Dr. Boyce Watkins videos and chop them up to make him argue with himself. We don't need Kwame Brown for this. All you need is Dr. Boyce Watkins video. Play this video where he said the only thing he know about him is basketball and mama's cooking jokes, and that's all he do. So since that's all he do, he didn't want to go listen to him, so he don't know nothing about him. And then go back and play the other video where he says that Kwame Brown got good points and he's going against the establishment, so the establishment going to try to come and take down his channel. And so all the talking points he had, I've been saying for the past 10 years on this platform, blah, blah, blah. Somebody, one of y'all out there, go do it. Go do it. Cut him up. Make Dr. Boyce Watkins argue with himself.
Purposes. It's being used for division, because you guys have never, ever once, since Umar, the only time you ever saw me do a video like this was in 2015 when Umar Johnson did the same damn thing. Instead of talking to me like a man, instead of getting on the phone with me like a man and working out the differences, his ego led him to say, well, I'm not going to talk to him, but I'm going to put a meme up and make fun of him in a meme. I'm going to do a video. That's little girls. That's teenager stuff. You're behaving like a child.
I'm not trying to repeat myself. I'm understanding that more and more people are coming in to watch. And I don't think that this is the kind of live that'll make you rewind. I know they're going to go back and see it. So I'm rewinding people. He keeps screaming and fussing about Kwame only joking, and that's bad. But he has acknowledged in another previous video that Kwame does far more than that, and he does actually talk about good topics that he agrees with.
I want to be with the grown men and the grown women. And I know that I know I'm not going to be popular after this. I know I'm going to have people. I know, just so you know, if you're trolling, don't waste your time trolling me. You got more important people to troll.
What about people like me who just disagree with you, who's not trolling, who's very capable of having a critical thinking conversation, or whatever words you like to put on it to make yourself sound smarter? But I can have an adult conversation without name calling or anything. I can do both, but I prefer to do that. Like, everybody isn't under this one category that if they disagree with you, they're this ghetto, ignorant, negative person that just wants destruction and spinning rims and Cheetos and shit like that you're trying to put out about the community. A critical person would not put out that kind of a fallacy, bro.
But I'm going to tell you, I already know what's going to happen. I already know that when I get done talking about this, I'm going to have some people that are going to be like, well, we're disappointed in you, Doc, or you need to keep his name out your mouth. So I'm going to lose a lot of support off this. But I give zero fucks about any of that. You know why?
Because you're so angry and emotional that you have lost the concern and care to be effective. Being effective has seemed like it's been your kryptonite for a while. You have made several excuses about being effective, and now a new young guy's coming around, and he's way more effective than you are. You've totally give zero fucks. And even though that's subjective, even though that's my opinion, but when you come out and say that you want to go from 200,000 subscribers to 2,000 subscribers, that is an example of someone who doesn't care about being effective with the message they think that they have that can help out Black Americans. You don't give a fuck. That's what I'm hearing you say.
Because I'm drawing a line in the motherfucking sand. I literally am saying, let's draw this line. Those of y'all that want to come with me, come with me.
Now you're Jerry Maguire. You know what's crazy about that movie, man? That motherfucker ended that movie with one client. I don't care how your emotions got in the way, heartfelt, I'm going to get married or whatever. He still only had one client.
Those of y'all that want to stay back in the nonsense, stay there, and I wish you the very best, because this stuff is stupid. I did my best to help this guy. I did my best to be supportive. I was trying my best to be friends, and this nonsense.
If that's your best, I hate to see your worst. Goddamn lying on me, trying to paint me out to be some clownish fool that only know how to do mama cooking and joke around. If that's your best, I hate to see your bad side.
This is coming up. And so that's my 2 cents on the issue. If you want to know what I think, that's what I think. I haven't watched.
Appreciate that, Aquarian. The chat going a little bit fast right now, but I'll go back and read and check out the comments when I look back over the live.
The entirety of any of his videos. I told you guys, I got more important things to do than sit around watching YouTube videos. And I watch a little bit of Kwame stuff, but it doesn't really add any value to my life. Honestly, it's comedy, right? But again, Black.
Do you think the interview that he just did with Mahmoud Abdul Rauf was comedy? Do you think the highest video that he ever had on his entire channel with Judge Joe Brown is comedy? I don't know. Subjective, I'm just trying to follow back up my opinion with things I've seen since you're trying to paint this man to be out some clown.
We get enough comedy. We have enough entertainment. That's why we don't get nothing done, because you're always sitting around looking for entertainment.
Says the guy who gets upset at another man for having the same viewpoints as him, so he goes on here and plays Call of Duty.
I want education. I want to grow. I want my kids to have a good life. I want to be successful. I want to overcome racism. I don't want the white man with his foot on my neck. I want to have some power. So at the end of the day, those are my people. And if the people think,
then your people are everybody. Everything you just named, all of us do. We want a greater, better life for our kids. We don't want no one to have their foot on our neck. We want to have a successful life. We want to be happy. But you have to make up your mind in your own contradictions. Although that statement includes, I'm going to say 100% of black Americans, because we all want that. That's on your left hand, but on your right hand, you're saying that you only want 10% of black Americans because you think that that's all that's capable of being critical thinkers. 10% of black Americans. This coming from a black man. If you missed the beginning of my video, I threw his analogy back on him. He did an analogy about Kwame Brown saying, what if a white man put the N-word in his title, Kwame Brown? And I flipped it back on him. Well, what if a white man came out here and said that only 10% of black Americans are only capable of critical thinking? 90 other percent y'all don't want. Contradicting Boyce.
think it's elitist, then fuck it. Maybe we need to start becoming elite and start seeing black excellence.
Do not try to mix the word elite with elitism. We're not that dumb.
As something that we deserve instead of thinking that we got to start from the bottom. Why the hell? What's wrong with a black person having some goddamn black pride? Why the fuck is black pride elite? You think that's elitist?
That is another fallacy to say that that everybody assumes that if you have pride in yourself, it's elitism. We're not saying that. We're saying that it's elitism when you dismiss so many hundreds of millions of black Americans to try to prove a point, to say that only 10% is only worth anything. You are borderlining on elitism with your mannerism in the way that you try to convey this out. That's what we're saying. So don't try to like switch words around. You're good at doing that. How the fuck are you a critical thinker when all you do is contradict yourself and spout fallacies over and over and over again? Like, I would love to have a conversation with you in person where like it's back and forth dialogue, so you can hear how often people will have to stop you from doing this shit, and you're the person that you think that you're an elitist or elite. You need to hear this shit, bro. You need to have a real conversation.
To say, I'm proud to be black. I want to be special. I want to be successful. I want to read a goddamn book. I don't want to sit around and just, get engaged.
Man said elitism. Okay, thank you, man. See how that works? Somebody just helped me say that correctly. You see how I didn't have pride in my way? Because if I had pride in my way, I could go around here still saying the word incorrectly. You need to learn how to do this, Dr. Boyce Watkins.
In all the same backward behavior that messed up our people. I want to do something better with myself. So if people think that's elitist, then just call me an elite motherfucker, because that's what the fuck I'm going to be. And I'm looking for the other elite people out there. So anyway, I'm going to go, and thank you, Brixton.
If Kwame's video bring no value to Boyce's life, then why does he keep talking about Kwame? What is up with the behavior from Boyce and Tommy? I have no idea.
Babe, I see you. Thank you for your donation, and it looks like you understand where I'm coming from, and those are the people I'm looking for. So really it's gonna be about 10% of the people. I what I fully expect. I'm gonna tell you what I expect. I expect out of 293,000 followers on Instagram. My Instagram's a real Boyce Watkins. If you want to follow me, I'm gonna probably.
Oh, let me let him finish this contradiction.
Have about 275,000 in a couple of weeks, because I'm gonna piss enough people off. And
he don't care about getting followers, but he just gave out his Instagram and told y'all to follow him. Somebody watch my live back and tell me what he did more of: contradict himself, fallacy, or lies.
And that's okay. So I want to thin the herd. I really do. I want people that are tired of this bullshit. I want people that want something more mature. I want people that want something that's going to be more productive. I want people that want to win. I don't want people that are determined to lose and that are looking to create the seeds of division. Remember, think about this, right? When Biggie and Pac were arguing and going back and forth, that beef could have been squashed with one sit down. If
you say the right shit, bro. That is the example, but I would use that with you because you went about this so immaturely when this could have been settled. Look at it this way, and I'm glad we get to the end of the video. I got pride, right? Like if I were to work in customer service, I could look at a situation and go, this motherfucking customer is an asshole. I bet you I can make them smile. I bet you. I don't know what's wrong. We're going to figure this out. But they're going to leave here happy. I can come into that and I got pride. I can change the situation. You have pride in yourself. You feel like you're this awesome, intelligent, amazing guy that just knows so much about the world that the majority of the people are just stupid. So that's why you make an excuse for why you don't grow or get bigger, blah, 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 down in a hole, right? If you are all these amazing things, if you're so fucking intelligent, you mean to tell me you didn't know how to solve an issue with an old busty bus NBA retired flunky? You didn't know how to do that? You're so good and intelligent and everything, but you didn't know how to do this the right way to stop it from getting this bad. Or you didn't want to.
Farrakhan had sat those two down and had them talk it out, he could have squashed that beef in 30 minutes and both those guys would be alive right now. But instead, you had people in the middle, people that would love to egg it on, people that love talking shit, who were jumping back and forth and created this nonsense about East Coast, West Coast, even though Pac was from New York. That didn't even make any damn sense. And I think, and the same thing happens on the internet. You have people out here that are very feminine in their behavior, who will run back and forth like little bitchy teenage girls and will go and say, well, you know, he said this about you. Oh, you better keep his name out your mouth. Oh, just really doing whatever they can to create as much division as possible.
Bro, why can't you weed through bullshit? This YouTube. Don't be on YouTube if you can't handle this shit. You know what I mean? People probably said and joked and roasted the hell out my ass in the audience I can't see, bro. If you can't handle this shit, don't be here. You got to be able to weed through all of the bullshit. That's going to come. You go live, you going to get a thumbs down. That's going to come. You can't weed through that. You supposed to be so intelligent to look for and see stuff that can help you, like old brother man who helped me pronounce the word correctly. You don't know how to do this. Why is that bothering you? Are you sensitive? Why is that bothering you? Why is that getting in your way from you squashing a beef with another black man?
Because they want to see people self-destruct. They want to see chaos. They thrive off the chaos. They love the chaos, right? And I don't like that. I'm not a fan of any of that. So if you want to know why.
Somebody said you look like Smack older brother. Yo, that hurt my feelings because I believe Smack older than me. I don't know. I'm 41 years old. Smack somewhere around that age, but that's a good one.
I did this video. If you want to know why I brought this up, if you want to know why I had this definitive discussion on the issue, it is because there have been probably about 6 or 7 videos that Kwame Brown has done about me in the last like 5 days. And I keep getting calls from people who are like, what is he doing? I don't understand this. I'm talking about guys from the NBA. I'm talking about guys that are in the media, guys that, people that don't really talk to me that much, but people that are like friends of his. They're like, I apologize. I think he got it wrong. I don't know. And they're like, well, maybe you should just talk to him. I'm like, yeah, well, tell him. I mean, I'd be happy to talk to him. I don't know the guy's number. And
all right, so here's the deal. You know what I'm saying? I joke around. I try to do everything into it, but I try to get good points and stuff too. Then sometimes make me sad. All right, but right here on this ending part with what he's saying, when him wanting to reach out, maybe you are a narcissist because you only can see stuff from your point of view. Like, all right, I'm just going to pick somebody from the audience. Alonzo right here. Alonzo talking trash to me, right, or whatever. I say something back to him or whatever. And then someone sit us down like, look, man, y'all both, you and Alonzo good dudes. Y'all need to talk to each other. But then you go out here and you lie on the dude or you say something condescending or you misrepresent him. It's like you keep saying, I'm open to talk to the brother now. But while you're open to talk to him, in this one video alone, you have lied on this dude and you have said some contradicting things to try to show him to be some little dumb flunky that's doing all of these immature things solely. You said that there's zero positive that's on his channel. Zero. Why would he want to talk to you? Like, this is the conversation I have with my sons. I don't think I have with some fucking financial doctor, whatever the fuck you supposed to be. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. You got to be more mature than this. Right when you are at a position to where you guys can talk, you go and do stuff like this. And then you get mad and want to cry when he responds back to you. And you're the elder.
And it's just real weird to me. And so again, I'm going to go. But just so you know, if you're trolling, you're wasting your time trolling, because I do have moderators and they're going to block you. They're going to kick you out. So just know that that's.
I don't have time to sit up there and watch. But when they were live, I wonder how many people the mods kicked out that were not trolls. They were just saying really good stuff that contradicts what he's saying. Not contradicts what he's saying, but contrasts what he's saying. I wonder how many just people who were there who just didn't agree with him got kicked out. This Boyce playbook passively aggressively sneak diss people. The YouTuber responds, Boyce gets triggered and plays the victim role. Wow, I haven't watched Boyce like that, but if this is what you do all the time, you definitely don't need to be representing and doing nothing for no fucking black community, bro. You need to grow the fuck up.
It's going to happen. And because I don't care about being your friend. I don't care about being popular amongst people that are losing. I want to be connected to people that want
to say the mods were censoring neutral comments
to win, and people that understand how this type of behavior is exactly why our community is not moving forward. So that's my 2 cents on the issue. I'm about to get out of here. You guys have a good night. I love you. See you soon. Peace.
All right. I think it's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think because Kwame Brown is new, that he speaks with a lot of passion first. And he don't look into the very minute details. He tried to pull out his phone and play something. So when I see Kwame don't have the finer points yet, he gonna get them. The longer you be on YouTube, you learn. And I'm like, I like watching Kwame learn, to see somebody come from the ground up, as Boyce just said, and he's figuring things out. But since I knew and I heard this bullshit video, I only heard 13 minutes of it. I was driving yesterday. And I heard 13 minutes of this video, and I was just shocked. I was like, this is bad. Like, Dr. Boyce Watkins really destroyed his own reputation with this video. All right, tomorrow I'm going to break it down. I'm going to go into the minute detail of every single contradiction, every single lie this man said. And I was going to do it to older videos. But in listening to the full video here, he actually contradicted himself in the same video. You could take parts from the middle and play it after parts from the beginning, and he sounds like a fucking idiot. At the same time, talking about how black men are divisive and how our pride is in a way. And that's all we saw here. My brother, you need to look in the mirror and or get out of your emotions. You too old and allegedly supposed to be too intelligent to allow this fuckery to go on, and then go out here and try to play video games like you ain't trying to check the YouTube climate, man. That's fucked up. You know, I don't know. I have nothing else to say, man. When I start talking to people like this, I secretly be thinking in my mind, somebody close to them gonna hear this. Some real friend gonna hear this, and they gonna tell them like, well, bruh, you did this right here wrong. And you show how naive you were if you really thought that we were trying to tell you that you're gonna snitch and you're going to help YouTube figure out their own rule. And the one biggest thing, the whole Kwame versus Dr. Boyce Watkins situations let me figure out. I didn't know. Maybe y'all knew this. Y'all been watching them. I ain't been watching them like that. I had no idea that black men was going around here. Any black man was going around here trying to condemn 90% of the black American population. I think that is really, really sad. I think that's really, really sick. And that is a divisive rhetoric I would not champion to be spread around here. I'll be champion to put out all the information that you feel like you can help other people, and then everybody receives the information, and we can just hope that the most people come up from it. But I'm not going to sit out here and just weed through and look at people to try to see who I think is deserving of said alleged good information, and not even attempt to get my word out to as many people as possible. That is so ineffective, and being ineffective does show a level of intelligence. So, you know, your own ideology says a lot about how, if you're really that intelligent, Dr. Boyce Watkins. That's all I got to say. Thank you guys for checking me out, coming and listening, and I hope everybody learned something from this. I am open to critique because I put myself out on YouTube. I am open for rebuttal. I'm not going to cry like no little girl. I'm not going to get all in my feelings or whatever. You know why? Because I like to learn, and I have my ideas founded in my brain right now. But while they're founded in my brain is always open for contrasting ideas, new logic that can come in and reform and reshape my opinion. It's been real, y'all. Thank y'all for checking me out, and y'all enjoy y'all Sunday. Shout out to Michael Smith, and shout out to everybody else that left the live chats. I'm sorry if I miss you. I will go back and say it in the comment section because I can no longer see them. So y'all hold it down, and I'll see y'all next time.